Okay, hey everyone, this is Mr. Zeiger, and I want to show you how to access the first assignment. Okay, all right, so you're going to go to Canvas. Presumably, you know how to access Canvas, dcc.edu, and then on the far right under quick links, you access Canvas that way. All right. Then once you're sort of logged into Canvas, you go to courses, okay, and then academic literacy. If you are enrolled in the class, academic literacy 099 will pop up. You'll click it, and you will see the Start Here button. All right, let's start there. You'll see at this point, you will see three things: Diagnostic, are you ready for an online class, and student introductions with a few due dates. At this point, and there's going to be many more things here in a couple of hours or maybe by tomorrow, but at this point, okay, at this point, I just want you to focus on the diagnostic. What is a diagnostic? A diagnostic is where you essentially test the health of something, where you try to get a read on something. And what we're trying to do is see if you need to be in the class that you're currently in, which is academic literacy, or if you are such a strong reader and writer and thinker that you actually should be in English 101, which is a higher class. And if that's the case, well, then let's go ahead, let's put you in English 101. And the only way that we can know that is to see a sample of your writing, to see a diagnostic of your writing. Okay? So we click on diagnostic, and um, this is what will appear. Hi, class. In reading and writing classes at Delgado, we give students the opportunity to place into a higher course if their writing sample shows they're ready for it. In other words, we give students the chance to test out of this class and into a higher course, like English 101. So here is your chance. Follow the instructions below. In terms of length, I'd aim for at least 4 paragraphs. But length isn't as important as the ideas you produce in your paper, the paper that you're going to write. Now, once you submit your paper, I'm going to read it. And if I think your paper indicates, hey, this student should be in English 101, they're ready for English 101, they don't need academic literacy to be able to earn a passing grade and do the work of English 101, they could do the work and pass the class without taking this this class. Well, then we're going to move you. But I need that paper that you're going to write by no later than tomorrow, midnight. When we offer classes in person at Delgado, when you come in, this is what you do on day one. We don't go over the syllabus on day one. We welcome you, we take roll, and then we explain what I'm explaining to you right now, which is, hey, there might be some students sitting in here that are ready for English 101 right now. And we don't want to spend an entire semester with you in this class if you could be in the class above this, because that's wasting your time, and that's not what anybody at this college is about. We want students in the courses that they're ready for. And the only way that we know if you are ready for it is just to see a sample of your reading and writing skills. That is called a diagnostic. It's a diagnostic of your reading and writing and thinking skills. Okay? Okay, again, if any of that isn't quite clear, you can watch this video again and or you can contact me, okay? You can contact me if you have sort of further questions on this. All right, well, let's get down to a little bit more detail. Well, here are your specific directions for the paper that you're going to write that is going to ultimately be the source of your diagnostic. Okay, directions. Read the text below and write an essay in response to the ideas it presents. You're writing a paper in response to what you read. In your response, first summarize the passage in your own words, stating the author's most important ideas. Then, develop your response by identifying one idea in the passage that is especially significant and explain its significance. Support your claims with evidence and examples from the text. Remember to review your essay and make any changes necessary. That's a lot. So let's go through it one by one, step by step. Number one, read the text below. Here's the text below. Shannon Blady, Raising Cain. There it is. Read it. I would just read it once just to like get a general sense of what it's about. Oh, this is about whatever. Just so you can be able to answer the question if someone asked you, what is it about? Then read it again. Now that you know what it's about, what is it saying? Okay, now you know what it's saying. Then I truly would read it a third time. I mean, come on, it's just a few paragraphs. It would take you 3 minutes, 5 minutes max to read this. So we're talking about 15 minutes. Then read it a third time, and now, like, where are the significant ideas in this paper, in Shannon Blady's essay? Once you got that, then you're ready to write. Because you're writing an essay in response to the ideas it presents. Okay, now, step one in the writing process, not the reading process, not the reading process. Step one in the writing process. Summarize the passage in your own words. What was said here? But put that in your own words. Then shift to what were the key or important ideas, because not everything that was said needs to be shared with your audience. What were the key ideas, the most important ones? All right, now or next, develop your response by identifying one idea in this essay that is especially significant. Now, even like what was the idea that seemed the most important? Then imagine your audience, your reader asked you, well, why? Why was that? Okay, that's what's meant by explain its significance. Here you're going to really answer the question, why? Why did you select that idea as the chief idea, as the key idea? In explaining its significance, you know, we really mean like support your choice. And that would mean that you would provide evidence and examples from what you read. Again, using your own words as much as possible. Then, once you're done, you have to, just like you read this essay 3 times, read your own essay 3 times. That's called reviewing your paper. And then you make any changes necessary. Maybe you want to uh, focus on grammar or punctuation or spelling, but also maybe there's some places where you feel like the words don't flow. They're correct, but they just don't flow. And so maybe you make those kind of changes. Then you submit. You submit your paper. Make sure you're saving along the way. This needs to be done again no later than Thursday. And yes, I mean, so if this was an in-person class, if we were meeting in person on campus, okay, I would walk into class, I would take roll, I'd greet you, I'd make sure that you were in the right class, I'd announce what class you were in and my name, etc. And then I would pass this out, you'd work on it all class, and then you would turn it into me, and you'd be done with it, and then you'd go on to your biology or your math class or your college success class, okay? And that would be day one. We would use class time to do it. So we're still going to use class time to do it, but class time is just today and tomorrow. I imagine that you're again wondering how long it has to be. And I said aim for at least 4 paragraphs. Length isn't a sign of good writing. Ideas that feel important and expressed well and real and sincere and authentic and meaningful, that's a sign of good writing. It's like when a sign of good writing is that someone said something of value on paper. Someone could write 50 pages and never get around to saying anything of value. So again, don't focus on the length. I know that's the temptation because in a lot of other classes, teachers would fail students for not meeting the minimum word count, or they would pass students just because they met the minimum word count. In college, we try not to play that game. We assume or hope that students understand that the paper needs to be as long as it needs to be, and that ultimately the paper lives or dies based on the ideas that are in it. Okay? All right, well, this is your first assignment. Don't focus on anything else for this course until you've done this diagnostic, because a few of you, most likely, are ready for English 101, and I want to read your paper and let you know that you are, and then move you to English 101 so you can take it this summer and maybe even take English 102 in the fall. Now, for those of you that aren't ready for English 101 right now, that doesn't mean that doing this diagnostic was a waste of time, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a similar activity at the end of the semester, and we're going to compare your writing on day one with your writing on the last day of the class, and we'll let you know where you've made the most improvement. And so when you go to English 101, you will know where your specific strengths as a reader and writer are. And that is so valuable as a college student to know where your particular strengths are in terms of reading and writing. Okay.